What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vasca Media. It's your boy Kyle. I'm here with our co-captain Jax, and today we are coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, USA, at the Hollywood Bowl. This is definitely the diamond in the crown as far as venues go in the city of Los Angeles. Capacity of about 17,500. It's been around for over 100 years now. 100 episode, 100th video, 100-year-old venue. It just makes sense. Created in 1919 by the Theaters Arts Alliance, led by Christine Stevenson. They began planning for an outdoor venue in Los Angeles, and they envisioned a community theater and cultural events center. 1920, the Daisy Dell Natural Canyon in the Hollywood Hills was selected as a site that they were going to build on. And it was purchased by the Community Park and Art Association. In 1922, officially opened on July 11th, the performance of the LA Philharmonic, who still performs it to today, and it was conducted by Alfred Hertz. The inaugural season featured a mix of classical music, opera, and pageants, and it drew over thousands to the venue. And so in 1923, the Bowl hosted its first Easter sunrise service, which became a tradition that continues to this day. Attracted a large crowd and really cemented the venue as a community gathering space. 24, the Philharmonic established the regular summer season, making the Bowl its primary summer home. And then in 1926, the first permanent shell structure was built to improve acoustics, which is really iconic, but is also designed by architect Lloyd Wright, who is the son of famed architect Frank Lloyd Wright. More upgrades in 1928 to 29, and its reputation being able to spread across the nation. In the 1930s, despite the Great Depression, the Bowl remained a central cultural hub. It offered affordable tickets, and the venue also hosted civic events and patriotic concerts during this period. 1940s, World War II definitely impacted programming. Patriotic concerts and bond rallies dominated its calendar. Post-war, the Bowl started to rebound with concerts from Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland. And in 1951, a new acoustic shell was created, designed by architect Frank Gehry. And throughout the 60s, the calendar just became more and more diverse, with Ella Fitzgerald performing, Frank Sinatra, Louis Armstrong, a lot of other pop and folk began to see some time on the stage. In 1965, the Beatles performed at the Hollywood Bowl, marking an historic moment. These concerts were actually recorded and later released as an album. During the 70s, the Bowl saw people like The Doors, Joni Mitchell, the Eagles all perform here. Very famous concerts, reflecting kind of a changing of musical taste from previous generations. Additional renovations being able to pop up, and it also served as the venue for the closing ceremonies for the 1984 LA Olympics. In the 90s, more diverse acts began to arise. Pavarotti, Radiohead, Santana. I remember coming here in 1999 to see Massive Attack, one of my first memories at the Bowl. In early 2004, there's over $25 million of renovations, opening of the Hollywood Bowl Museum, chronicling the history and the venue's artifacts and exhibits associated with it. In the 2010s, the Bowl started to expand its programming again, with themed nights that included movie soundtrack performances like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Little Mermaid, and collaborations with big names like Cheech Marin, Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar. And naturally, it survived the COVID era and just continues to thrive bigger and better year after year. And it's definitely one of those venues. If you're in Los Angeles and you have a chance to go, you're not going to want to miss it. On that note, it is P. Your time for the co-pilot. He loves himself a good bowl. If you like what we're doing, if you want to help support the channel, give us a subscribe. We also got Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below. Super chat, super thanks, all that goes a long ways in helping us bring you guys some quality content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on up there and show y'all what's going down. Peace.